Good morning, guys. As you know, welcome back to Cowboy Ranch Life. My name is Winston on Cowboy Ranch Life, and today we are chopping haylage. So if you can see behind me, Justice is loading the feed mixer. We're doing chores before we get started chopping this morning. The silage pit's behind me. We've got wheatlage and haylage in the pit. If you guys have been following along, I can't remember if we made a video about it, but we always share stuff like that on Instagram. So nevertheless, we've done that. So today we've got a chopping crew coming with a self-propelled chopper and a direct cut head. I haven't even seen the chopper yet. They're new crew to us, and we're gonna do quite a few acres of grass. The nice thing about doing haylage is that if you have a piece of property that has weed on it or grass on it that a cow necessarily is just it's not poisonous to cow, it's just distasteful to a cow, you can haylage it, mix it with other feeds, and it still adds roughage and a little bit of protein. Now, of course, if you're planning on doing a straight silage mix, haylage is not the way to go because it doesn't have as much starch in it like corn silage would have, but it still does have some added proteins like grass, so you just would need to figure that out with your nutritionist, or if you know enough about it, kind of do some math and some numbers. Nevertheless, I hope we get some clips today. We're gonna get started. So stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoy. So there's the first field we're gonna chop. You can see that. It's good grass, so I didn't want you guys thinking all we do is just chop up weeds and feed to cows. I mean, there are horse weeds back there if you can see that in the distance. I mean, there are weeds in this, but it's a lot of good grass. Actually, this is second cutting, so it's gonna be really tender. It's actually probably going to be better grass than if you just cut it once. So we cut it earlier this spring, haylage into the pit I just showed you that was behind me in the intro, and then we're going to cut it again because it grew so nicely. So that's the hayfield. So it's just a really good hayfield. There's another one back there if you can see that. We're going to do that. That's our corn. We're going to chop that in a little bit, but that doesn't happen today. It's not quite ready, but as you can see, there's a hayfield back there that we're also going to chop. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you guys, you know, cows will eat almost every stitch of what we are going to chop just by themselves. I mean, they'll eat little weeds, they'll eat little stuff like that. And when you chop it, you know, you mix it all together. So it's kind of like eating lettuce. Not everybody likes just eating spinach, but when you mix some good lettuce in with it, sorry to the people who just like eating spinach, but yeah, you get the point. So anyway, that's the fields that we're going to be chopping. There's a couple more, but these are the two closest ones that I can walk out to and show you guys while we're doing chores. Alright guys, so here I am at the pit. Justice is keeping it top dressed, dead shoving it up on the pile with the dozer. Thought I would explain that the grass haylage is higher in protein than corn is, but it does not have the starch. So just because you have high protein does not mean you have high starch, which therefore means that you can give the protein to the cattle, but you don't have the fattening content to be able to fatten out fat cattle with it. So it's good, but that's why later this year we are going to be chopping corn, and we use corn supplements as well. We also buy damaged grains, and so we use that quite a bit as well to mix in with it. But it is high protein, it just does not have starch as much as the corn. So I did want to point that out. Actually, it hardly has any starch. But anyway, so there's the pit. So far, I don't know how many loads we've put in it, but quite a few. I believe around 16 or 18 loads so far. Alright, so this is the silage inoculant we use. I'm not saying it's the right stuff or the good thing to use. I'm just saying this is what we use. A neighbor of ours sells it to us. Anyway, we made up a batch. I like to make it stronger. The stronger you make it, the less you have to squirt it out of our tank. And so I've got it figured up that for a 15-ton truck, you can use this, and I'm not figured up how many loads it'll do, but a 15-ton truck, if you squirt it at about 30 to 40 seconds, seems to work the best. That's the ratings on it too for time and amount of product. So nevertheless, there's the silage inoculant we use, and I just mix it up in this tank. So as you can see, it's green. You can see that. Anyway, I'll just turn the pump on and mix it. Just mix it up. I usually use the bucket too. I mix the main part of it, the concentrate, up in the bucket, and then I pour it in a tank of water and then stir it all together. Just kind of lets me know that it's actually been thoroughly mixed up, and you don't suck up a piece of it into the pump, and then you're kind of screwed until you empty it all out and deal with all that fight, which you don't want to have to deal with when you got a silage crew working for you. So nevertheless, so let's go spread on some loads. Alright guys, so load just got dumped. I'm just going to squirt it on.